Hi, guys. So, I am doing a little life update video for you today. I don't usually do these types of videos. I don't know. I guess just because I'm like, "Mm, do you care?" I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we have some big changes coming in our life. And I thought that, yeah, I would just update you guys. I want to let you know that we are moving. And I did say this just briefly, kind of in passing in a previous video of mine, but we are moving from Washington State to Idaho. And what's funny about this is that I would say maybe like 6 months ago, in this exact spot, I talked about how there was a book that totally changed my view on homemaking and frugality and just being content with what you have. And it was based off of my favorite Christian fiction novel, Hannah Coulter by Wendell Berry. And I just love it. And it just gave me such great perspective on the house that you live in now being your home. Like, this is your home, and maybe it's not perfect in, a lot of ways, but it's yours, right? And just, you should go watch that video. Never thought that we would be moving unless we were moving to like land somewhere, but I really thought this was our home. Like, this was it, unless it was to go move to property somewhere or whatever. With that said, though, my husband and I, since we got married, have always dreamed of living in a place that better suited our values. We're in Western Washington right now, and we love it. Do not get me wrong. We love our state. We think it's so beautiful, and we're outdoorsy people. And so there's tons of things to do outdoors. Washington is a wonderful state to live in. Our family's here. We've built a community here. There are so many things that we love about Washington State, and that's actually why it's really hard to leave. But, with there's lots of new legislation in our state and all kinds of things going on in the state. And it's just, I don't think it's any surprise that it's Washington State, it doesn't align with our values. And so with that, we are really looking forward to moving to a state that better aligns with our values. And then there's lots of other reasons that we're moving to. But anyway, we're really looking forward to that, especially as our children start to get older and with schooling and co-ops. But yeah, we're moving to North Idaho. So we've been really prayerful about this decision for years. Everything was lining up so kind of perfectly that we were like, we would be foolish if we didn't take this opportunity. And so, but yeah, we're going to miss a lot. And like I said, this is our home. And I really felt like we were planted here. We have a wonderful church community here. I never thought I would be the type of person that wanted to live somewhere for like 30 years or more, or like forever, until I came here and until we had our three children, in this house, and all their memories are here. And now I'm like, how can we leave? Oh my word. And I know that some of you probably move dozens of times and have moved dozens of times. But that's not our life. That's not how I imagined our life. And so this is going to be probably one of our last moves. We're moving just in town. And if we do move again, it's probably going to be to property somewhere. But I don't know. I kind of like having that mindset of like, this is our home. And I talk about it in that video that I referenced before. But I like having that mindset of like really planting and rooting yourself somewhere, because I think that when you do that, you tend to it and you steward it better than if you're like, oh, this is just our in between house. So, anyway, but with this house, I walk past my favorite tree when I go on walks in our neighborhood. I see the houses. It's the same houses. And in our particular neighborhood, it's the same families that have lived there forever for most of them. And just watching the houses and the yards change as the new seasons come in and as the seasons change. I don't know. It's just, there's really something special about that. And so I'm really going to miss that. But I know that, we'll find the same thing at our new place too. So yeah, it's a big change. Moving is a big change, especially with, three young children. But yeah, I'm also really going to miss our property. We have such a beautiful property. You guys have seen it in videos, and we are just so abundantly blessed. And so I'm going to miss the character of our property and my limiting mindset. Like, if I need to renew my mind on this, but my limiting mindset says, oh, we're never going to be able to make a property have this much character. It's never going to be the same. And it won't ever be the same, but maybe it'll be better. Who knows? At the time that this is coming out, we'll probably have already been moved, but I think we're like a week away from moving. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Logistically, it's crazy. Who guys? Relocating is no joke, but yeah, I'm really excited for a fresh start. I mean, there's something about moving where it's like a fresh start all around. Like, you declutter your house. You only bring the things that really serve you and bring you joy. And yeah, it's a new community, a fresh community, a new neighborhood. I am excited about that and the new neighborhood and meeting new people, and just really prayerful that the neighborhood has just really good community there. Also, just like the minute details of moving to a new home, like finding your rhythm in that home and just the flow of life and where you put things and how things are organized. And I'm excited for that transition and just kind of finding out what works for us. The home that we're buying is so beautiful. The Lord just blessed us with such a beautiful home. And I'm so excited to show you guys in my videos. And yeah, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the home, though. So there's part of my husband and I were just like, wow, we are kind of walking into a big project. And it's not like a fixer-upper or anything, but it's still a big project. You know, we've lived in this house and we've set it up in the exact way that we like it, and we feel like, "Oh, yeah, we feel so rooted here, so planted," like I said, and it's exactly how we like it. And now we're starting over somewhere. So anyway, that's gonna be all part of the transition, right? So all that to say, moving is the harder choice for us right now. Moving is the harder choice logistically, emotionally, all the things. And from a bird's eye view, we knew that we wanted to do this. This is what we wanted to do. But then when it came down to like brass tacks and like actually doing it and executing the plan, both my husband and I backed out so many times. Like, he would be all on board one day or 1 week or whatever, and then I'd be kind of one foot out the door, and then we'd switch. And ultimately, like, we both were kind of trying to back out multiple times. And then we just had to go back to why we're doing this in the first place and look at it from that bird's eye view again and remember, no, this is what we want for our family. So, yeah. But it is the harder thing to do. It is easier to stay here. It's easier to, you know, stay in a home where we already know everything about the house. And, I don't know, it's a lot. So anyway, I'm just kind of taking you guys along on the journey in this life update. And also, I just want to be really open and candid about this. We are moving from an area that culturally it's not a Christian community predominantly. And I think in North Idaho, it is much more like that. And so I think we're going to be challenged in a lot of ways, in like a lot of surprising ways that we may not even realize. We don't know our blind spots until they're pointed out to us. And so I think I'm challenged in a lot of ways already by having this channel. And I'm so grateful for this community because you guys are amazing. And you humble me every day by how just like generous you are with your comments and gracious you are. And yeah, so but now, like, we're gonna be doing this in real life because I've kind of curated this community of the wonderful Christian women online, and it's been amazing. And now I feel like we're gonna be doing this in real life where we live. And I have done that in my community here. I have this wonderful community of Christian moms, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like the community as a whole is like more Christian. So I think we'll be challenged in some ways, potentially, maybe some surprising ways. So I'm interested to see that and the sanctification that comes from that. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to give you guys a little update. I almost didn't because I was like, you guys don't care. Like, who am I? Like, I'm not that special, you know? But then I was thinking, well, okay, my whole house is going to be different. So I'm going to get questions anyways about this. So I might as well just address it in a separate video. And then I figure, I did that video about how, your house is your house and all of that. And so I was like, I don't want people to be like, oh, okay, now she's moving. But, life happens. And yeah, I think the idea of a forever home is a wonderful idea for a lot of reasons, and you can go into your home thinking that it's your forever home, but you also have to be open to the Lord's will too. So, anyway, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments below, have you ever relocated? If so, I'd love your tips. We're already pretty far in the process, but even just like immersing yourself in a new community and rooting yourself, and yeah, I mean, we have to start from scratch, a new church, a new, dentist office, like all the things. So, yeah, I would love to know. And then also, if you are specifically from Idaho or even specifically North Idaho, I'd love to just have any tips and yeah. So, thanks for watching.